everyone, welcome back to the weekly seminar video blog. This week I'm going to continue on my journey of writing my IRR. So during this past week, I did spend some time researching on sexual harassment and I found 7 sources. With a total of 17 sources now, and I think I'm pretty much done with my annotated bibliography. So last week I mentioned that I was still unsure about my thesis, but this week I finally figured out my third subtopic, which is how evolutionary biology explains male and female behaviors regarding competition, mating, and sexual selection. Now I'm going to briefly talk about the 7 sources. So my first one is from Very Well Mind, and it talks about the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is a type of cognitive bias in which people believe they are smarter or more capable than they are. And the second one is from American Psychological Association, and it talks about in-group bias, which is the tendency to favor one's own group over other groups. And the third source is from the United Nations, which is talk about gender stereotypes, which is a generalized view or preconception about attributes or characteristics, or the role that ought to be possessed by or performed by women and men. So these three sources all talk about biases, and these biases can lead to men's concepts of social status, which can contribute to sexual harassment. Then the next 4 sources are all about evolutionary psychology and biology. So the fourth one is a journal by Kinsey R. Brown, and the title is Sex, Power, and Dominance, the Evolutionary Psychology of Sexual Harassment. And it basically talks about how evolutionary psychology affects workplace sexual harassment. And the fifth source is a journal named Perception of Sexual Harassment, an Evolutionary Perspective by Stephen M. Corrali and Stephanie Howland. And it talks about how power and social status is related to evolution, which is my first subtopic. And the sixth source is another journal article. The name of it is The Relationship Between Sexual Selection and Sexual Conflict by Hannah Coco and Michael D. Jennings. And it talks about how sexual conflict is likely to be present whenever there is sexual reproduction, and sexual selection can be a source of sexual conflict. Last but not least, the seventh source is a journal, Sexual Conflict in Mating Strategies by Norman P. Lee and Jing Chang Yong. It talks about the evolutionary basis for differences in mating strategies between men and women. So there are this is the these are the 7 sources, and I think they're pretty reliable because there's the UN, the American Psychological Association, and lots of journal articles. So the combination of international and psychological perspectives will surely guarantee a comprehensive and balanced understanding of the topic. Thank you for watching.